Thank y'all for coming tonight. Do we have any reports from our department heads that we need to be aware of outside of the regular meeting?
Community Development Block Grant, it's a
No.
requirement.
I should say Chris.
Chris?
I was just gonna give y'all an update. You know, we talked about that track hoe at the last pre-council.
Yes.
I got some more numbers like was requested, and those are the best numbers that we've got. So, I was just wanting y'all okay to proceed with that. What I'm looking at now is possibly keeping the old machine too, since the trade-in value is sort of low compared to what the machine cost. Yeah, and put a fire sticker on it. But we use a very heavy jackhammer on that machine, and it's very damaging to the machine. It shakes it real hard. So it would be in our best interest to have that one that we can use for other things. But when we do need that hammer, we can put it on it and won't shake the new one to pieces.
Okay.
And the street department, I heard, had one that went down, so it's gonna be just another tool in the toolbox.
So Wes, as long as the budget this is within budget, we don't have to take action, is that correct?
Correct, and he is within budget.
Okay, so as long as you're within your budget, even if it's a different item that you shifted the money from one to another, then we don't have to take action, so you can proceed.
Well, thank you. Thank y'all. And, y'all thank the fire department too. They did a fantastic job.
Yeah, oh, yes, we will definitely be thanking the fire department and all departments for the support. That was an amazing collaboration of efforts. Do we have any other department head updates or considerations? Anything we need to put on future agendas? Okay. Who will be doing the invocation and pledge this evening? Chief Peoples? Okay, we'll review the minutes from the previous meeting. We'll have public comments. We have two people who have signed up for public comments. One, Mr. Browning, and the other is Kenneth Cornelius, who is running for Revenue Commissioner. So we'll have those two on public comments. And Pam, you'll let me know if anyone else shows up?
Amber Thornton.
Amber. Okay, then we have two special event requests. One is for Second Fridays, and I will go ahead and let y'all know, just because of where Second Fridays is located and with the Stiefmeyer Building, I know Joey Orr mentioned that she's already talked with you, Chief Duncan, about how to revise and revamp that for public safety for those events. So I imagine that we'll be getting regular updates along the way as things change in that area. But we'll go ahead and consider approval of the event, but we'll be expecting to hear updates from you in the chamber on that. Then we also have a formal letter from our Planning Commission requesting the start of the strategic planning process. They met last week, I believe it was, Michael, and we have that letter. That item was not on your original agenda that went out because we didn't have to take action. So we decided to go ahead and just put that in the communications section so that it's recorded for public record. And then what we'll do is go ahead and start the process to write the request for proposal and put out the RFP so that we can get, hopefully, 3 good bids on that. And we appreciate you guys and your work on that, too. Then after that, I am going to, Mr. Browning is coming, and you'll hear him when he comes this evening. He is coming because there is a 30-day requirement for special event permits to be submitted before the council. The reason we have the 30-day requirement is because you have to get about 4 or 5 signatures to actually get the event approved, and sometimes people are out of town. So the event that he's requesting is the Mental Health Awareness Resource Fair on May 5th. And we do not have another council meeting prior to that. Chief Duncan and Chief Peoples have both signed off on it but it has not made its way because he just submitted it on Thursday of last week. So it hasn't made its way through all the signatures needed. So what I'm going to request is that we consider a motion to authorize the approval of mental health awareness resource fair on May 5th, and that'll be at Depot Park, but it will be pending approval from Nathan Anderson and the mayor. So I'll ask y'all to consider that. That way, it's not going to hold him up so that he doesn't have approval, but we can consider it as long as Nathan Anderson agrees that the facilities are available and usable, and then the mayor approves after Nathan does. So that'll be in addition to the agenda. Okay, then we will have committee reports from each of our standing committees. And then unfinished business is the final approval of the personnel policies and handbook. Yay. We're so happy to get it started. I don't know if I've told y'all this, but one suggestion, after all the work and the input and department heads and employees and different people have, Michelle had a committee and more suggestions were made for the handbook. So what they suggested is that each year around budget time, that we go ahead and officially adopt the handbook again. That way, if there's edits after this first handbook comes out and we see things that need to be changed or added, we'll go ahead at budget time and make the amendments every year. So that way it won't end up being out of date or old or new information need to be included. So I thought that was a really good suggestion too. Then we will have new business resolution 2687, which will be the annual audit, adopting and approving the annual audit, which we've received. You all have that in your SharePoint folder. I don't know if you've had a chance to read the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages of it yet, but there's a lot of information and details there, so make sure that you have at least reviewed your departments. And if your department doesn't specifically have an audit for it, it's probably embedded in the general administration audit. So you can take a look at that in that section. And then resolution 2688 will be to consider approval of Economic Development 772 agreement with Rural King. And then we'll have that vote. And then on item number 3, resolution 2689 to approve new job descriptions for Cullman Fire Rescue and IT. So will that get us finished for those two departments? Have those?
Yes, ma'am, that is the complete set for those two departments.
So if these are approved, we'll have water, sewer, sanitation, fire, IT, and economic development?
And wastewater treatment.
Wastewater treatment plant. Good. See, that's a lot of progress in a short amount of time. Teamwork. Okay, item number 4 is resolution 2690 to reappoint Brandy Lee of Lee Law Firm as the city attorney. If you'll recall, we started out with a 6-month agreement, and so this would be to extend that. Then on announcements, I have the Strawberry Festival. Nathan, I'm assuming, are you going to talk about that during y'all's report?
He is.
Okay,
Still my thunder, though.
I'm sorry. Well, I just have it written down. And Chuck, I'm assuming that you'll address the Stiefmeyer fire during your report?
Yeah, we got a brief thing, but like I say, like we talked about earlier, we'll have a larger thing that we do with a state delegation.
Yep. Chief, Councilman Scheichel will talk with you about setting that up and who you want to represent. I know because there were so many people from the department who came in, and you're not going to be able to pull everybody off shift to be here. So y'all decide how you want to do that and when you want to do that. And Senator Gudger, Representative Myricks, Representative, I think, Albright and Wadsworth all want to come and do a state recognition at the same time. So we just need to coordinate all of that together. And I've told everybody all about it. And the drones and the coordination and everything. Also, the list, I got your email today on all the support that we received. And Leanne has worked to type all that up, so we'll get that to you tomorrow so y'all can lay eyes on it and make sure that no one was left off. But I think it's all compiled. Okay, Mayor, do you have any items for update outside of the meeting?
No.
Okay. All right. Anything else? We did get the initial results on the street assessment from First Step. It's not ready for the public or anything like that, but our internal folks got it. Mayor, city engineer, street department, Jason and I, you're probably going to give this in your report, but we did get that, and so we've got the results, and it's going to be really, really helpful.
It's actually not in my report because we just learned about it
Yeah,
today
yeah,
too.
we did.
So I'm not prepared to talk about it, but it is, everyone, the mayor and all have agreed that it's going to be a great tool going forward, helping them determine a paving plan.
And what they're gonna do is take the paving street assessment data, and they're gonna go put traffic counts in, so they'll be able to cross-reference not only the streets that need to be paved the most, but which ones are also traveled the most. So that'll be part of the plan development, and then also working with the water department to look for where those sewer repairs are gonna be, so that we don't go pave a street and then go repair a sewer that is on the list. So that's gonna be part of it too.
Yeah, sometimes like we were paving up in that, I'm just gonna say the northwest region last year, and there was a street that we did not pave. But we didn't pave it because there had to be some water sewer work done on it, so that happened through the winter. So now that street will get paved. So there's mitigating circumstances sometimes.
So that'll all come, and one of the top streets, you'll be interested to know, Chris, was Logan. So the good thing is, it's already on the list with the CBDG grant to get the sewer repaired and have the paving done. So it was good to see that that was at the top of the list, and that's already in the works to get that going. So that's good. Okay, other than that, for the work session, we will have more information during the meeting and council reports at that time. Okay,
So hang out, 45 minutes.
yep, 45 minutes. Sorry, that was just